Good morning and welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining our presentation and training today on digital showering installation and personalized shower and steam solutions. We're looking forward to a great session today, and thank you all for spending the time with us to walk through a great presentation with some great information. Today, this session will be recorded so we can utilize this in future trainings. So we do want to let everyone know we have a Q&A feature that you can ask questions and give any feedback that you have, and we will answer those accordingly on the call and the training today. We will answer a lot of those at the end just to make sure we've captured everything and gotten through the material. I do have a core team with me on the phone today from our showering team as well as our trade team. So thank you all for joining. They may jump in and answer some questions as well. Just wanted to give you a heads up there. At the end, Megan Rapp will jump back in and give us a little insight on some of the new training tools and resources we have upcoming and talk about the trade toolbox and assets that you have at your fingertips for any future related needs as well. So let's jump right in and get into the training today. We want to make sure that everyone is utilizing this chat feature, so just wanted to pop a slide up here again. You will not be able to use your audio, so please type those questions into the Q&A. Overall, I wanted to start out with some kind of agenda items and talk about things we're going to cover today. Really looking at why Kohler, why digital, what our product range looks like, some product applications and how you can put those together to create great specifications for your customers. Followed up with support contacts and resources at the end, as we mentioned. But it all starts with a great range of products. Full range of kitchen and bath products, holistically, toilets, bathrooms, sinks, showers, accessories, those faucets that go with it. And from Kohler, it gives us a lot of pride to be able to provide all of those components for you and those products to give you the complete solution in the entire space. And even though today we're going to focus specifically on the showering portfolio, that showering portfolio leads to the extension in the rest of the space and adding in those great products to enhance the consumer experience. So we're proud to be part of that Kohler family and bring you a lot of those pieces to market today. Specifically, we're going to dive into showering and the portfolio today, and we like to talk about showering in 3 pillars. Our valving platforms, which today we're going to focus specifically on our digital portfolio, bringing together those leading market innovations in valving and performance, that interactive control, functionality, and those additional customization and personalization options that you really give your customers the best experience possible. And there's some great things that you may not know are available today. We'll highlight a lot of those. There's great spray experiences, and I think as we talk to consumers, the number one question we get from them is, what kind of experience can I have? What kind of sprays do you offer? And we ask the question of our consumers, how do you want to utilize that space? What type of experience are you looking for? How can we give you the best possible experience? And throughout the Kohler portfolio of products, we bring meaningful sprays and best-in-class spray performance across our entire portfolio, with that caveat of saving water without sacrifice and giving you the very options that you need, the various options in GPM flow, as well as spray functionality. So we'll highlight some of that today in the way we specify our showers. And then I don't want to forget about a really key piece in product solutions. This is the opportunity to upgrade someone's shower pretty quick and easy, adding simple things on like a hand shower, a shower arm diverter, maybe a slide bar into the space, even our hydrorail system that you see here. But that also means we can add some simple solutions in our digital portfolio as well, things that will enhance that immersive experience, like lighting, music, sound, and more. And we'll talk about all of those and break those down for you here in the next slides. But it all comes down to making that shower all about me. Your customers are looking to you to be the expert, to help guide them through the experience, provide that customization, and clean up that showering space, maybe get all the trim and the hardware off the wall, and help them to have that total control so they can utilize each experience, the technology and the functionality for that great health and well-being that they're looking for, so they can stay in their homes longer. And also think about their family. They, in times today, may be using their showering space differently than they would have in the past. You may be showering at different hours of the day. You are looking for utilizing the space for the entire family, and that means various options in personalizing the space for everybody. And we'll dive into how that works, as well as making it really efficient and affordable. Continue to think about that consumer and giving them every experience possible. And we know that showering is not just about getting clean anymore. It's not that standard 7-minute shower in and out. People are looking for more outlets, for better delivery experiences, for more integration in that space, and combining a lot of those feature sets so they can have that full immersive experience they're looking for. And there's some great health and well-being pieces we're going to tie in with digital showering specifically today that can enhance that experience for a consumer. And as always, in all of our portfolio, we have the ability to also have eco options for those areas that need to and are required by code to only have one outlet on at a time. We have great functionality for you in those options as well. So let's dive in a little bit and talk about things that we find out from our installers and our specifiers and our consumers. And the feedback we get provides a lot of the content that we put together today. Our installers and specifiers are looking for that simplified installation, either to put in the product or to specify it and order the right products and have it on hand as they need it. They want to reduce the number of total components and materials. If I can make your job easier, save you time, you're going to be able to do more jobs and be more efficient in your installation and specification process. But we also have that need for greater flexibility for the application. Consumers want to do more. They're expanding their showering space. They are taking out tubs and tub showers and building dual user spaces, walk-in showers, and larger footprint areas. They need that flexibility to provide a great experience in the entire area. But we also want to make sure we're creating an opportunity to have larger margin potential for you as well as anyone specifying the product. That means we're going to show you some ways to save money on installation and also head-to-head cost comparisons when you go from manual to digital. And finally, as we look at digital, as people add more new techie products as well as more innovative products and more simple and easy to use products into their home, this is one of those great portfolios that's going to allow you to differentiate yourself from your competitors. Let's take a deeper dive. As we look at digital showering today, we're going to talk about the flexibility of the portfolio. It's great for applications, not only from that bath shower, but a bath fill option and even that showering space, as you see here. Some great new renovated looks and utilizing some of those existing spaces that you may have today. Digital can be used in any application. And as we talk about video, or talk about digital, this is a great new video called The Game Changer. Probably my new favorite video, really highlighting the overall portfolio from Kohler. And we are the game changer in the market. We have been the leader in innovation and design in digital showering for many years. And today we have the opportunity to talk about a couple new items along the way, a new product portfolio you may not have seen tied into the digital realm of our portfolio, and give you functionality to showcase all that our showering and digital showering portfolio offers. So as we look at this page today, the application flexibility gives you a perspective of the options you have for your customers. And we're going to look at each one of these today. DTV mode is our newest digital control for our 2-outlet digital thermostatic valve. Gives us flexibility to utilize a push button operation with a rotary control, very simple and easy to use, and allowing us to have a couple of outlets as well as up to 13 gallons per minute total flow using 1/2-inch inlets and outlets. So a great opportunity to have a new design and style in the space, easy to use control. That also gives us flexibility to have an optional on-off power button we're going to talk about, as well as Bluetooth capability to control and set up some presets. We also have our existing portfolio that's been on the market for quite a number of years, 15 plus years already, DTV prompt 2-outlet and 3-outlet portfolio. The 2-outlet prompt and the DTV mode do share and utilize the same 2-port valve. So great opportunity to, again, extend that portfolio and grow our platform utilizing the same technologies with flow and GPMs, as well as 1/2-inch inlets, outlets. But as we talk about prompt, we're also going to talk about some additional features and benefits that this interface and system provides you. We also have a 3-outlet option for our DTV prompt. It's been so popular, we added a 3rd outlet to give more flexibility in the space. People are looking to add more components, and this is one way to do that with a simple push button operation. And then finally, our DTV Plus portfolio. We're going to dive deeper into this and really walk through the overall pieces to DTV Plus, talk about how easy it is to personalize and customize that showering experience and add some great options for your customers. We are the only manufacturer in the market that provides you the opportunity to use up to 2 of our digital valves, a 2-port, 3-port, or 6-port in any combination for dual temperature zones, and utilize those for some great spa and hydrotherapy treatments we're going to talk about today. That gives you the option to have between 2 and 12 total outlets in your showering space. If you desire up to 42 GPM, so you can have that full complete car wash or that expansive shower you're looking for. It gives you the ability to have up to 2 temperature zones, which we'll dive deeper in and talk about why that's important, as well as some great features and benefits that we'll walk through on each of the slides, and then talk about some of the individual upgrade opportunities, including music, lighting, steam, and even connected technology. So as we walk through this portfolio, I want to start from DTV mode. This is our newest entry to the overall digital portfolio for Kohler, and it gives us some flexibility. This is a universal control that you see here with 3 different options: a dual shower, a bath shower, and a bath only. You'll notice there are some wall mount and deck mount options. We'll talk about those in a moment and why they're important. And there is that optional power button I mentioned earlier. Now, this is a feels like mechanical control. It is a rotary control, easy to use with push button operation, and also does give us the flexibility to utilize a Bluetooth app for some presets and some activation we'll show in a few moments. Now, this technology, again, does work with our 528-PM valve. That's our 2-port valve. The PM stands for prompt mode. So it's a great way that you can utilize for either of those, and it would be our 2-outlet option. All of our digital valves, digital thermostatic technology, or DTV, digital thermostatic valve, give you that benefit for that thermostatic technology, that individual protection that you're looking for anti-scald, and also that immediate response that our customers are asking for with temperature change and control. DTV mode gives us ability to have some preset options, and we're going to walk through a few of those and see what they look like utilizing the Bluetooth app as well. So as we look at this, there's some operation you're going to see on the right-hand side of the screen. Easy to rotate, easy to turn the dial, goes from cold to hot with individual number sequence in between. So simply adjust that temperature, find out that temp that feels great for you, And once you turn on and off that individual control utilizing the interface, as you saw in the bottom image, that icon or that backlit ring will go dark. That means the system's off. The top one shows that it's still on, so it's easy to use to turn on and off in your showering space. A benefit here is total control. You can have an individual or shared functionality. Use one or two outlets desired in your space. You use them as you need to. As well, this also can give you that independent control. When you turn off your shower, you get out and you leave, you come back in the next time, that dial is exactly where you left it. It's exactly the temperature that you like it at. Simply turn on your shower, purge the cold water, and you're ready to go. Now, there is that optional on-off power switch that goes outside the shower. That gives you the flexibility to turn on that shower before you ever get in. This is a manual operated control. So one of these inside the shower, if you have a second interface, that optional on-off power button will be outside the shower. If you're looking for a little additional technology, we also do offer a DTB mode app. This is a Bluetooth app that gives you ability to set things like your high temp limit stop, add up to 10 presets. So everybody in the family can have their own preset for their bath filler, and maybe set and adjust the timer functionality for length of shower or length of tub fill. Gives you also remote activation and allows you to see the temperature in a digital readout on that Bluetooth app. The interface itself works very simple and easy. There are two different types, as I mentioned, depending on the style you get, a wall mount and a deck mount option. We're going to talk about the wall mount here first. The wall mount option, easy to use. It's a surface mounted bracket. The interface will snap into place, very quick and easy. Allows you for dial and rotary adjustment, push button operation on those independent outlets for an easy to use and easy to control showering or shower bathing experience. You see the wall mount for bath shower on the left. You see the dual shower option on the right. From a deck mount option, a couple different looks here for the deck mount bath filler on the left and the deck mount bath shower on the right. We thought about this purposefully. If a user is going to have a deck mounted solution, bath fill or bath shower, we wanted to ensure that that user could still see the numbers for the temperature as they're utilizing the experience. So you'll notice that the KOHLER is now facing the individual user when this is installed on a deck mount. The rotary control will then turn your numbers to the bottom side of that dial, so it's easy for the user to tell the temperature. And when you're using a standard wall mount, the numbers will be on the top. So it gives you flexibility. Again, same simple control, on-off power button, backlit option for the lighting to turn that on and off. Really quick and simple with a push of a button. But I think a key part to all of this story is the benefit we brought in pricing as well. We often get the question or concern that digital is going to be more expensive than a manual shower specification. And the team did a great job bringing this to market and even lowering the cost point from our existing DTB prompt system you're going to see next. So when we talk about installation, we talk about head-to-head comparison. Let's talk about the product specifically first. Our DTV mode interface and our 2-port valve, head-to-head versus a thermostatic valve, volume controls and trims. We've done a couple things. We've reduced the total number of components from a manual shower with 6 to 2 with a digital shower. We've also reduced the cost point by almost $178 on product alone. And then from an installer perspective, when we talk about installation, we're actually saving between 50 to 60% of install time putting in a digital shower over a manual system. So think about your hourly rate of labor in the market you're in. That can add up to quite a few $100s of additional savings outside of the product alone. We also get the question, that's great, I love it. 2-outlet, this is awesome, it's easy to use, it's very simple. How do I get a third function in the showering space? So we brought in this slide to talk about what you can and cannot do with our digital portfolio. You can utilize one of our digital valves and add a transfer or diverter valve onto that setup. That will allow you to add another outlet. In the left-hand picture, we're adding a HydroRail system that's going to give us a shower head and a hand shower, utilizing that diverter control of our HydroRail, as well as that tub spout application. So now I have 3 outlets or 3 components inside that showering space. What you cannot do is add on a pressure balance valve or look at adding in something that's going to shut off, or a volume control, for instance, that's going to shut off a component. That's going to put back pressure onto the valve. It doesn't matter whose it is. That would potentially cause issues in the system setup. So we don't want to do that, but you can add a transfer or diverter valve. So a great option here as well. As we look to another option, and we expand this out as well, you can also pair that transfer and diverter valve on our 3-port valves as we go to our DTV prompt. So this will give you an option for an even greater experience, adding that 4th outlet. And we're going to talk about DTV prompt here in a moment, but this gives you flexibility to add that transfer valve so you can have individual or shared functions together, get that 4th outlet, and have that complete showering experience. Now, as we walk through this portfolio, all of our videos that you'll see here previously, as well as in the future in this presentation, are all available on our Kohler YouTube site, as well as installation, maintenance, and setup videos that will help you through these portfolios. Now, I mentioned our DTV prompt outlet, our system. This is a 2-outlet or 3-outlet system. As you can see here, great functionality, some great new finishes for the interfaces and mounting bracket options. Very simple and easy to use with push button operation, the power button at the top, an LCD screen that gives you time and temperature. You can also use this for your timer functionality, and gives you a few other options that I think are really key with this portfolio. This system will start up, purge the cold water. The interface icon temperature will blink until it reaches temperature, and once it does, it will pause and hold. It will stop that shower from running, and it will save you water. So you are ready within the next minute or two, hop in the shower, hit the power button, and you're on your way, saving water while you get ready for your shower. This also gives us some flexibility. I have a couple kids in my family, and they take really long showers. So I've gotten a lot of positive feedback from this as well. There's a timer function that allows you to set your shower between 4 and 12 minutes of shower length. We utilize the timer in our house at a focus of 10 minutes. Average shower is typically 7 minutes. So my kids get an 10-minute shower at 8 minutes. They'll get a 2-minute beep warning saying, you have 2 minutes left to finish rinsing your hair, get that shampoo out, and the shower is going to shut off at that 10-minute mark. That also is helping to teach my kids responsibility and water conservation. Now they can simply turn that shower back on for another, 10-minute shower, and that's okay. I know that I am also saving water, my family's saving water, and they're not standing in there for 30 or 40 minutes using all of my hot water. This is also a great option for bath fill applications. So if you have that bath fill, you're using a DTV prompt system, time out how long it takes to fill that bathtub, the initial time. I say an average typical 8 minutes, 105 degrees for my tub at home. I know exactly how my wife likes that tub filled, the depth she likes it, the temperature she likes. So we set the timer for 8 minutes. We close the drain, fill the tub. I can walk away. I don't have to stand by the tub swirling the water. I know that my tub, my bathing experience is going to be perfect every single time, and that water is going to shut off at the end of that timer. So great option there as well. And again, we mentioned the interfaces and the mounting bracket options. When you look at the price point from a 2-outlet and 3-outlet, some great perspectives here to give you that great shower that you're looking for. And don't forget about those options to create those user experiences in larger spaces, like this one shown here for a dual user option. A great way to expand the space, simple and easy, and give the components and experience each customer is looking for. This would give them the ability to also have their own temperature zone, having that ability to adjust without having to have multiple shared outlets. Now, all of that's controlled by our 2-port and our 3-port DTV prompt valves. As I mentioned earlier, they are 1/2-inch inlets and 1/2-inch outlets, copper connections with a simple spin-off connection that allows any installer to quickly make any connection type, PEX, CPVC, any elbow connection. If they like to use SharkBite, ProPress, or any other option, you absolutely can do that with our valves. These are set for 13 GPM total flow. You're going to get a max of 8 gallons per minute out of that outlet number 1. So great for tub fill or multiple body sprays, pressure balance looped together, maybe shower heads as well, pressure balance looped together. So good option for multiple outlets. And the rest of the valve will kind of flex based on your showering needs. This is a 110 volt plug-in, simple 3-prong pre-wired plug-in, and it's very simple and easy to install. You'll see that there are 3 mounting spots, 2 on the top, 1 on the bottom for quick, easy installation in multiple applications. On the right-hand side, you'll see the 2 blue plugs on that 3-outlet valve. That's where your interfaces will be plugged in. Very simple and easy using an RJ12 telephone cable. Simple, easy installation that's going to save you a lot of time and money. Now, those valves can be installed just about anywhere. In an existing stud wall, maybe in an adjoining closet, in an attic space, if in the right environment, that also has the right venting or right insulation, ambient room temperature of 104 degrees max. So look at that, read your installation instructions. I'm not going to put one of our valves, or anyone's valve for that matter, into our attic space in Wisconsin. It gets pretty cold. In some areas, that might get pretty warm as well. So I'm going to make sure I have it in the right location. Typically, we see a lot of basement installations and maybe even in that bath cavity if you have an existing access panel. Key part to all of our components and all of our digital valves, you do need access to those for servicing as well as to plug in that electrical. So think about a couple things along the way. Easy access, serviceability if you need it, and ensuring you have that power plug and that power source available. From a 2-outlet and a 3-outlet combination, we look at price points again, just as we did for DTV mode. And head-to-head comparison, you'll see here we're even still saving almost $65 product alone at our DTV prompt versus a manual thermostatic setup. So a great way to continue adding that digital portfolio while saving money for your customer. And again, looking at a 3-port we talked about earlier, now this one's slightly more, but as we looked at installation labor from our 2-outlet system, typical installation, our installers tell us anywhere between 3-4 hours, 2.5, 3-4 hours, because they're going to come back multiple times to put that valve in, to ensure the wall depth, to check all of those leak points potentially from valve to valve, as well as then coming back when the finished wall is done to install that trim. And if that finished wall material has adjusted in any way, that's going to create additional time for them on the job site. Add in going to a 3-outlet, typically in a manual setup, you're going to add a lot more time. That goes between 3 to 4, now to 4 to maybe 5 hours, depending on who's doing this. Average labor, that's both install on the rough-in as well as finish work combined. Add in another hour or 2 of labor, you can see where that cost savings comes into play. I would gladly spend that $73 extra to get all the features and benefits of digital shower over that manual system. Now, common question that does come up with digital, and depending on where you are in the country, what happens if the power goes out? All of our power on all of our systems, when we look at our valves, do require a GFCI outlet, so ensure that each of those valves are powered and plugged in correctly. Making sure that you have accessible power, of course, is important, so you can utilize and reset that if needed. GFCI outlets may also be called residual current devices. So just wanted to highlight that, but I think the key part here is that if your power does go out, we do sell whole home generators as well. So a great power option for your backup power for your home is a KOHLER generator, of course. Little plug for our generator team. But if that's not an option, there are also things on the market that can help you along the way. They are called battery backup systems, or UPS units, which are uninterruptible power supplies. These can be picked up just about anywhere. They are about $45 a piece. And what's really great about them, they can give you that battery and surge protection that you're looking for. So you would simply plug your valves into the backup UPS unit. The UPS unit would go into your standard plug-in in the wall, and you have all the power you need, and that's going to give you some flexibility in the showering space. We did some testing back in 2016 where we used the lowest unit on the market. They've since passed that up and made new units. That was the 350 volt amp. You can see the 425 volt amp unit shown here. Our testing showed that on our 2 and our 3-port prompt valves, you were able to get 60 minutes of runtime, which is a great opportunity to continue that shower. You probably won't have that much hot water unless you have a larger system, but it gives you that flexibility. And when we look at utilizing our 6-port valves, that's double the outlets, you'd get 30 minutes of runtime additionally with that shower backup unit. So that power supply really important and pretty economical to pick up. Now, I want to highlight another thing. We've seen a growing trend, and we've got a great partnership with our friends at Rinnai, and I know there's other great manufacturers across the country, and Rheem and Navien and others that do a great job on tankless systems. And I want to highlight a couple of slides here that are really key and important when it comes to tankless systems, and things that you need to consider when utilizing tankless, because this is a growing trend in the market. Number one, having to look at the entire system and sizing that system correctly. So there's some things to think about. First of all, understanding the total GPM flow that the shower is going to utilize or need, what's the requirement from all of your components, as well as what else is being used off that system in the house. Are you utilizing those tankless systems to support a washer, a dryer, a dishwasher? Because we know that there's more technology. People are adding steam in their dryers, so they're pulling some water, usually cold water. But what is that total flow in the house? What other showers, what other bathrooms are being utilized? Think about that in your total space to understand whether you're going to use a tankless unit or a tankless with some storage. And there are some great options we're going to show you here as well, including the Demand Dual, which gives you a larger unit with a tank storage on the side. And then maybe even commercial units, depending on where you're at and the size of the unit you need. But there's also some other things to think about. Inlet groundwater temperature plays a major effect in the total GPM flow that your system will allow. And we're going to go through what that looks like, look at the delta T curve for flow as well as inlet water, and show you what that looks like in a great chart. But also consider space. Think about if you're going to add multiple tankless, you have to do the math for the GPM flow, but you also have to have the ability to have these units so you can have them individual or shared if you're going to have multiple. And again, as we run these, we look at running them in parallel versus sequence. Parallel meaning all of them are going to work together. They're going to flow and give you the total flow that you need. Using multiple tankless systems is going to double or triple that total flow, giving you the full water outlet, versus having a sequence option where you utilize one tankless, then the next, and kind of work through that or that tank setup. So parallel setup is always better than a sequential setup in this installation. And then understanding the natural gas and propane use, depending on what unit you're buying, plan ahead. This can be really costly for additional piping, for redoing some of that plumbing, and also ensuring you have the correct venting. So looking at the manufacturer's installation instructions and recommendations. For a KOHLER system, it's thinking about things that also tie into how they work together well with the tankless. KOHLER digital showers recommend temperature no higher than that 120, 125 degrees. We always say 120 degrees. It's a great option. And in our installation instructions gives you that as well. Anything from our Renai friends, they say anything over 108, 110 degrees over a longevity will start to cause burns over time. Thinking about temperature as we look at options for the space, one of the questions I get is, I always want it hotter. How hot can I get it? Our tankless systems with a digital shower need to be inlet water temperature of 120 degrees to that KOHLER digital showering valve. Now we understand that tankless systems could be running at 140, 145. That's okay. The tempering valve down to that 120 degree inlet will give you the right temperature coming into the valve. So what we did is we also looked at a couple of our setups, and we're going to talk a little bit more about this as we get to larger setups as well with DTV Plus. But from a basic setup, our DTV mode, our DTV prompt, as well as when we get into DTV Plus, adding multiple valves together to give you higher flow, there are some requirement needs based on total GPM. And our friends and I put together some great options here to cover a 13 GPM shower, our DTV motor prompt. You'll need 2 of their individual RU199 tankless units to maximize that experience you're looking for. You must have 3/4 inch lines that'll give you that larger flow. Anything smaller off those units reduces the amount of flow. For our 6-port valves, our 21 gallon per minute valve we're going to talk about here in a moment. Looking at that for DTV Plus, we want to ensure that you're having up to 3 of those tankless units. So this is that standard 199,000 residential unit, BTU unit that you're looking at. It's going to give you that 16.3 GPM because you're mixing in cold water with hot water to give you that total GPM flow. That 70 or 80% that you need based on each tankless unit will vary a little bit. So you're going to mix hot and cold water together to get that total GPM flow. And if you're looking for even larger flow, as we talk about our great DTV Plus system, having up to that 42 GPM that you may have with those 12 outlets, we're recommending a Rinnai Demand Dual commercial unit. That gives you that 40 gallons plus also has a 120-gallon storage tank. That's going to give you the most effective operation of the entire system. Still going to give you, about 315 gallons per hour in that first hour. Some great options here with their portfolio of products. And again, thinking about how you're going to lay those out in the space you need. So let's take a look about inlet water temperature and what this means for your system, because this is a common question we get around how much GPM flow they can have. So this can be found on the internet or anywhere you're looking at, but a great color chart to show you the variation in temperatures of inlet groundwater across the United States. We are in Wisconsin, so we are going to be in that 42-degree range. I think for our example today, we're going to use the Atlanta area, so you're right around, a little bit warmer in that 62-degree range temperature, inlet water temperature. So understanding this first and foremost will help you determine and look at your overall charting. And we're going to look at that on the next slide to break down what that means for each of the units. But understanding what this means overall, a delta T is really the difference between the incoming water temperature, your groundwater, and the water heater set temperature. So that maximum flow will depend on what that delta T curve is. So we wanted to do a quick example for you today. So utilizing Atlanta, Georgia, average groundwater temperature is right around that 64 degrees. A Rinnai tankless heater set at 120, again, optimal for a digital shower valve with Kohler. Doing the math, pretty simple and easy. We're gonna take that inlet water temperature, minus that from the temperature of the tankless system. So 120 minus that groundwater inlet temperature of 64 means we have a delta T of 56 degrees. We need to account for that. And what that means when we look at our charting is that we are going to look at example number 1 in the box in yellow with a delta T curve of 56 degrees, the maximum flow out of a 199,000 BTU unit from left on water flow GPM, right on delta T curve on the bottom. Looking at the flow curve is going to give us 6.2 GPM total flow. Now, this is Atlanta. Remember when I said Wisconsin, it's probably about 20 degrees cooler. That means we're going to get less GPM total flow out of each unit. And that's not based on the unit issue, that's based on inlet groundwater temperature. So another example, if we were having inlet groundwater temp, example number 2 at 80 degrees, maybe in a warmer climate, maybe, the Caribbean area, Hawaii, some of those larger, nicer, warmer areas, or if you have tanks that are holding that 80-degree temperature, this is going to give you an opportunity to get up to 8.6 GPM. So this one's just using the RU180. There could be RU199, which may give you a little bit higher flow as well. So based on your unit, what you're looking at, overall temperature. So the RU198, I think, would be 9.8 total GPM. That would give you slightly higher GPM flow. Looking at increase here overall, so utilizing the same chart, but on the flow curve with different units based on what you're looking at. This can give you anywhere from their low units at 4.5 GPM to the high units of up to 6.9 GPM total flow. Again, looking at consistent temperature, minimum temperature typically for a tankless unit, 98 degrees. Max that we want to utilize with the digital shower is 120. Overall temperature up to 140, 145 range for the individual tankless unit. So tankless absolutely can be utilized for a digital showering experience. It just has to be set up and specified correctly to understand the total GPM flow, as well as all of the other components that come into play, from inlet groundwater temperature, as well as total units in the home being used. So definitely think about that, do the math, and if you need additional support, we're working and coordinating with our partners in the market. They're a great resource and definitely can help you out along the way. So that brings us to DTV Plus and our most advanced showering system on the market. This was launched relaunched, I should say, in 2015. It was originally DTV 1 and 2 were launched in 2005. So you may see variations in the market from our older units to our new units. And we'll talk about how that can be upgraded along the way. One of the benefits of Kohler digital showering is that we have the ability to utilize some of those existing components, those 2- and 3-port and 6-port valves that we utilize with our other systems, as well as the 6-port with DTV Plus, to upgrade all the way into this system. So someone could start in a basic setup of DTV mode or DTV prompt and upgrade down the way to DTV Plus. So flexibility in the system. DTV Plus gives us the option of a touch screen icon-based interface. Now, similar to your smartphones use capacitive touch glass. That's going to be pressure sensitive. Our screens are similar, but they're going to require you to push an additional on that interface, just a little bit more force. So you can utilize this in a wet space. Your phone typically, or your smart device, doesn't work well when your hands are wet or if you're out in the rain. Our digital interfaces work exceptionally well in the space with wet hands or if the screens are wet. These are going to be an a la carte feature select. You're going to see things that are plugged into the system controller we'll talk about in a minute. If you don't, you won't see additional things. Don't have to go through a menu of assets that aren't available to you. You'll only see what you have plugged in. Our system does give the ability to run 1 or 2 valves. Also have 6 user presets and pre-programmed spa experiences, as well as the ability to integrate water, sound, lighting, and steam. So let's take a look at the portfolio. DTV Plus gives us flexibility to do a lot of things. And I like to show this slide early in the DTV Plus presentation to talk about it and break it down. Now, DTV Plus gives us the ability to do a lot of great things and really enhance that experience. So I broke it down into a left, middle, and right side of the screen. The left-hand side of the screen is our required components. Now, much like our mode and our prompt systems, you're going to need an interface and a mounting bracket. Now, DTV mode utilized one interface inside the shower and that optional power button outside. Our DTV prompt gives us the ability to add and utilize up to 2 of those interfaces, or one interface for prompt plus the on-off power switch. DTV Plus gives us the ability to have up to 3 user interfaces. This gives us flexibility to have that individual dual shower, maybe larger showering space, or even utilizing one of these interfaces at a bathing location, for instance. Great option, especially also when you use steam. The system controller on the top, because we do offer a lot of other flexible options and add-ons into this portfolio, is the brains of the system. Everything plugs into this individual system controller. Very quick and easy to install all 3 of your interfaces: lighting, music, steam, even connected technology with a simple plugin, and simple to install. The middle part of the screen gives us flexibility in preset setups. We do have configurations A, B, C, D, and E that are already embedded into that system controller, as well as all of our spa experiences. Now, based on your setup, if you'd select one of these predetermined configurations, these are also listed in your homeowner's guide, pages 9 to 11 of any DTV Plus product. I usually use the interface. Check that out. You can see some diagrams and layouts. This will mean that you have the ability to get our DTV Plus spa experiences. We're going to cover that a little more and talk about it a little in depth here as well. If you don't, you can set up a custom shower any way you like. You just won't have the ability to have DTV Plus spa experiences. Now, fittings and components, those are based on that experience we talked about earlier. Whether consumers are looking for rain heads, shower heads, hand showers, single or dual user, it gives you that flexibility to enhance that space and the spray experience they're looking for. And of course, the ability to utilize our 2-port, 3-port, and our 6-port digital valves in the overall space, combined either in any combination, 2 ports, 3 ports, 6-port, whatever works for you. We'll show you a couple examples. And finally, the right-hand side of the screen. These are all those personalization, customization, add-ons, and opportunities to enhance that experience for your customer. So things like music. We all typically take our phone with us everywhere and we listen to music along the way. We find that a lot of people bring their phone into their bathroom just to hear music. We have some great options with our sound tile speakers and our Bluetooth amplifier that can be tied to the DTV Plus system or used independently. We have additional lighting controls with our DTV Plus bridge and our switch and on-off dimmer controls. So you have on-off switch and that dimmability for up to 3 electrical components in the space. Great for items like fans, lights, ambiance, etc. So we'll look at some of those features and how this works. As well, you can also add steam. Our Kohler Invigoration Steam Series generators are great to add in that overall steam experience and some steam spas with our DTV Plus system. We'll talk about those a little more in depth as well. And our DTV Plus system allows to have Kohler Connect added on as well, meaning you can have additional app and voice control to control your system. So as we look at each of these products, I think the one that gets the most questions today is our DTV Plus Connect module. This gives us the ability to add that KOHLER Connect app functionality and control, as well as individual voice control to the overall shower. The DTV Plus Connect module is simple and easy, plugs into that system controller, and also is compatible with our Amazon and Google friends, so those smart speakers you may have in your home already today. This gives us the ability to upgrade and retrofit any existing DTV Plus system to include that module, and you may just need to upgrade some software, or depending on when you bought your system, maybe an interface. But it gives you the ability to continue upgrading your portfolio, and gives you the ability to ask things like turning on your shower, turning on your steam, setting a certain temperature, and giving the flexibility for that voice control in the space. This is compatible with our KOHLER Connect app to control and create additional user presets, control independent outlets, components, adjust temperature, and also monitor your water usage. From a music perspective, our sound tile speakers are a fabulous way to add music into the space. They do come in a pair. As you can see here, we're utilizing on the right-hand side shower speaker in the shower, but also utilizing this in the bathroom space. These speakers are great to utilize in multiple areas: the showering space, the bathroom space, maybe the kitchen space. You could even use them in a man cave or even on a patio, because they are waterproof and they do plug into our amplifier shown below. Gives you the ability to pair Bluetooth, play any of that music, your playlist, anything you're streaming, and you can share, turn on and off your Bluetooth, and the whole family can utilize that sharing capability. Easy to install, gives you the ability to have up to 4 speakers, so 2 sets for a great sound experience in the space. From a lighting control, you're going to see a couple slides here, and I wanted to highlight the ability to showcase that lighting control on the DTV Plus user interface. Once plugged in, you have the ability to control up to 3 electrical components. So in this instance, we use some ambient lighting in the space. We're controlling our vanity, and we're also controlling some task lighting in the bathroom space. Those are sliders. They go up and down for on and off, or dimmability gives you flexibility to dim those anywhere you'd like. Simple control also gives us ability to do things like controlling a fan, that exhaust fan that maybe we forget to turn on when we get in the shower. All that moisture is building up. We need to exhaust that moisture. We can simply use the interface to turn on that fan. We can use task lighting in the space, and even partner with third-party products to turn them on and off for heated towel bars, and in this instance, switch glass or privacy glass. So great flexibility to enhance the user experience. Now, these are simple and easy to install. The lighting bridge shown on the top gives us flexibility for a plug-in application to that system controller, and that's going to speak wirelessly to our on-off or our switch dimmer module. Simple connection into your existing on-off switch in the wall. Simply turn off your power, remove that switch, typically a black and white wire, connect those, take those off of the switch, connect them to our lighting switch or dimmer module, and then reconnect the violet wires back to your switch. With a simple push of the pairing button on the back, your power on, you're ready to go. All of that being said, one of the great experiences we find a lot of times added onto the system, specifically in spring or fall, is steam. And KOHLER offers our Invigoration Steam Series generators and controls. Now, in the past, we've bought generators from another manufacturer, and we've partnered with them. For about the last 5 years, we've been manufacturing our own generators, and we've enhanced the experience and functionality and serviceability. All of our steam generators come with fast response, which means we're going to have steam within 60 seconds. We're also going to have power clean, which means after 600 minutes of use, we're going to make you clean your system, give you the opportunity to start that clean process to ensure your generator is running effectively and efficiently. Both of those ads are between $350 and $550 additional costs with any other competitor manufacturer generator in the market. Now, KOHLER generators holistically overall, as we look at pricing, can be between 10 to 15% cheaper head-to-head, list to list. So do your math, look at your KW rating, and look at all of the feature sets, add them up, and you'll find Kohler generators are right there in the marketplace, ready for you at a great price, easy installation, and work with our DTV Plus systems. They're also serviceable on site. You no longer have to take those and send them away. You can quickly service any of those generators right in the space. We've upgraded our temperature sensor for not only finishes, but some great new steam experiences with our DTV Plus spas. And all of our adapters are already in the box. No additional unions are needed. Those are in there for the installer, so they're ready to go. That power clean sequence that we talked about a moment ago is also going to force that flush of all the debris out of that steam head you see in the bottom right corner into the shower and down the drain. No additional extra drain is needed in plumbing on the backside of your shower. And finally, on the bottom right hand side, you'll also see that steam head has a steam well built into it. This is great for aromatherapy, adding in those scents or those oils. Make sure that that steam well is pointed up. It's probably one of the things I see the most in the market. People don't know what it's for. They put that to the bottom and then they do not utilize the existing steam well. So make sure it's pointed up for your consumer. Our portfolio and steam overall is great for a lot of things. Moisturizing your skin, respiratory relief, removing those toxins from your body, but importantly, removing and relieving a lot of those tensions and strains and joint fatigues that a lot of us, get as we get older. Maybe we coach our kids, we're working in the yard, we're doing a great workout. It also reduces that stress overall and helps support your mind and body and heats the space at a very economical way, because all of our Invigoration Steam Series generators use approximately 1 gallon of water for every 20-minute sequence. So very economical, very water conservative in the marketplace. All of our generators look great. You can see a lineup here between 5 kW and the 30 kW in single and tandem generator setups, as well as individual and tandem drain pans to support those generators. Our user controls, if you're using them manually with a manual shower, with DTV mode or DTV prompt, you would use the interface on the left. Very simple, easy to use push button control with single or tandem steam head options available. On the right hand side, our DTV Plus adapter kit. This would be used for DTV Plus when you're controlling all of your steam options on your user interface. So flexible options here as well. And to ensure that you have the correct sizing of your generator, we offer a Kohler Steam Calculator online, quick and easy to use. Type in your dimensions, select if it's with DTV Plus or not, finish options, hit the See Results button, and you have all those options available for you. Now, I mentioned spa experiences earlier, and this is going to tie into the next segment of our presentation. We've enhanced the opportunity for our consumers to have even more in the space and bringing that day spa type treatment to their home. And we have 8 shower spa experiences and up to 3 steam experiences for a total of 11 spa experiences available. Now, spa experiences do a lot of great things. They help to re-energize the body. We're going to talk about relaxation, energize, and well-being. But we also do offer a lot of these great experiences at our Kohler Water Spa, and our Kohler Water Spa experts helped create these spa experiences. So we wanted to give a shout out to them and a thanks for the partnership and collaboration to create these home spas for all of your consumers. Great opportunity to also visit the Kohler Water Spa if you have an opportunity. Spa experiences really focus on a couple of great things. Looking at the body, the head, the neck, the shoulders, the back, the feet, and selecting those types of treatments utilizing water that you would recognize in a day spa. Bringing in pre-programmed experiences into the DTV Plus system so your customers can hit a button and just enjoy. These individual spa experiences are broken down into 3 different buckets, and they give you flexibility to utilize them in different ways. But it's very important on the installation, and we're going to talk about that in a minute. The 3 buckets, Energize, you see on the left, is giving you flexibility to stimulate your body, introducing warm and then cool water to get your circulation going, wake you up, get you started for the day. Relaxation experiences are going to give you the ability to relax, unwind. They're going to focus your head, neck, shoulders, mid-back to de-stress and really break down those sore muscles and relax you. Well-being experiences are going to give the ability to focus on your head, neck, and shoulders, decongest, de-stress, maybe sitting at the computer too long, maybe it's allergy season. giving you that full targeted need for your body to open up your nasal passages and de-stress. So great flexibility in the option here in the time-lapse videos. Again, all of those are available on our KOHLER YouTube website. Additionally, the icons are pretty easy to utilize and understand. They are simple, quick and easy, icon-based with words right below, and there's some key ones that I want to focus on here for you today. Anyone who is working out at home, a lot of us are doing that more often today, maybe has a home gym, runs from home, and comes back and needs to take a shower to cool down. That cool down experience is 7 minutes and 35 seconds long. It brings in, starts warm water, adds cool water, and really cools down your body to break down that sweat and stop you from sweating overall. The warm-up feature at the very bottom, anyone that's cold, that has poor circulation, that's going to help in 7.5 minutes to wake your body up, warm it up, and get your circulation going. So great opportunity to expand the spa experiences. Some great flexibility and functionality here. You need to look at installation. These are all in our installation guides, quick and simple, giving you flexible options A, B, C, D, and E for single or dual valve setups, utilizing our 3 and our 6 port valves. What's key and important in our installation instructions is the plumbing layout that you see here. Utilizing our layouts, plumbing accordingly, and pressure balance looping as necessary and called out here in the plumbing layout diagram, key to those spa experiences. If you don't plumb it correctly, you won't get the spa experiences. Also a checklist below. These are in our price book, so easy way to guarantee you ordered all of the right products. And finally, as we go through, anyone that's had one of these older DTV 1 and 2 systems, they can be upgraded to our new system. So if you've had one before, I hope you enjoy this video. It's one of my favorite. So an oldie but a goodie, and it really focuses on the ability to upgrade our system with our retrofit kits. It gives you the ability to upgrade even from that very first unit all the way to DTV Plus. Nobody else in the market does that today. KOHLER is the one that offers that ability to upgrade throughout the portfolio to get you to the latest, greatest. So quick and easy retrofit kit available based on your system, very easy to install. We have a lot of great tools and resources I mentioned already in our price books, tear pad spec sheets for showrooms, as well as a lot of great videos featuring Keith Rue and others on our KOHLER YouTube website for all of the portfolios you looked at today, as well as some great new training Megan's going to walk you through here.
Thank you, Kevin. So for those of you who don't already have an account in our Pro Toolbox, it's a great place to access trade tools and resources such as product trainings, install videos, and customer service support. Make sure to check out our recently added trainings that cover the installation and service of DTV for sales and specifiers as well as installers. These trainings are free for you and self-paced. You can access the Pro Toolbox at kohler.com/Pro Toolbox, and I can put that in the chat in just a minute. For additional support, take advantage of your in-market resources from your local KOHLER sales rep to the 32 KOHLER signature stores in most markets across the US, which are now open by appointment. As you may or may not know, this is our final week of live trade workshops. If you did miss any of these trainings or would like to view them again, you can find them within the Pro Toolbox by navigating to the Resources tab and selecting Video Library. The recordings will be posted next week. Finally, if you think of any questions after our training today, you can also utilize the Pro Toolbox to post them under Help and Support. And now, Kevin, go ahead and open it up for questions.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Megan. We've had a lot of good questions here. I think couple of them, and I know Ryan and team has been helping to answer, but I think the first one probably was related to the videos. Again, KOHLER YouTube, great opportunity. Any of those videos are available for you to look at on the site. Simply go and search videos, and then search DTV Plus is another great way, or DTV Prompt, DTV Mode, to break those down. There's a lot of great resources as well as installation and maintenance videos. From a technical support perspective, we get some questions. Our KOHLER customer service team and tech support team is great. We have a dedicated team that services our technical products, our showering, our digital products, our toilets, our tubs, everything in between, and they are fantastic. They are some of the best in the business. I'm here to help you and support you as well. One of the things we talked about today, tankless systems. We are coordinating with our customer service team and our other tankless manufacturers in the market to have some updated information as customers call and ask. We're getting more of those questions, and I think what you saw here is a first version of the partnership and some of the information. So you'll see more coming from us again. Again, we always recommend utilizing the digital showering system, the installation instructions, but also ensuring that you've worked with your plumber and installer for those tankless systems with any additional questions. We're glad to help. Let's see. Finally, I think Ryan was answering another question. Between Generation 1 and Generation 2 DTV systems, what have been the updates? And I think pretty quick and easy, the 6-port valve has been the same. The things that have updated from our DTV 1 and 2 system that you saw at the end, the interface, as well as adding in a system controller. So DTV 1 would be the showering system. DTV 2 would have been adding in music, steam, and having those additional pieces. So if you're looking to upgrade, we do have a couple great upgrade videos to walk through the product that you need, but you would need to upgrade the interface. You would need to add in a system controller, and then if you had a media module for music in the past, you would add an amplifier. So a couple things, but again, giving the flexibility to upgrade without having to buy everything all new and ripping apart the entire shower. So great flexibility there. As well, we had some great upgrades. Great questions on how do we upgrade the showroom. So I always say, start with your local Kohler sales rep. We're always looking for good opportunities and showrooms in the right spaces to talk about upgrades and ensuring they have the latest software, the latest products. So that would be step number 1. And then working through those reps, they'll help work with us to make sure you guys have the right pieces. Additionally, I'm just kind of flipping through the questions. Thank you, Ryan, for answering a few. Any of the literature and information, if you guys are looking for that, the Pro Toolbox gives you a lot of those features and benefits for those literature and applications. And as well, all of our product detail pages on kohler.com offer not only some of the videos you may have seen and collections with the products, so some great images, but also all of the installation service and specification sheets, as well as interactive parts diagrams. Very simple and easy to find. Simple scroll down the main page. You don't have to sort through a bunch of pages. It's an easy click, so you can have everything you need. So I think that was all the questions we had today. With that, I know we had a full hour, and as Megan mentioned before, the Trade Toolbox, the Pro Toolbox, gives us the opportunity to ask any of those additional questions if you didn't think about them today or have any as you go down the road. We'd be glad to help support and answer those for you. And we just want to thank you all for your time today. Thank you for joining us. We hope everyone is staying safe and healthy, and we look forward to meeting with you again and training with you again soon.